pressures. We fought back. Had the big inning in the 8th to tie it. Eli White, what a great day for Eli White, to come up with the 2-out hit to tie it, and the lead off, I guess it was the 10th inning there, with the leadoff hit. And just a great job by our guys of battling back. We weren't playing very well on really either end of the ball, offensively or on the mound. We weren't throwing enough strikes and couldn't get enough hits. But our guys kept plugging away, kept fighting. I thought Alex Bostic did a really good job out of the pen. It was good to see him throw well. And we just found a way to get it done. And that's a testament to our guys. They compete. They play every pitch, and it's not always pretty, but again, we found a way to get it done.
What do you say to your team there, 9th inning, lights go out, and trying to win the game?
Well, I was a little frustrated by that. So it was already getting pretty late, and the thing about it is we had the momentum. We had the momentum going. We had tied it up, and we got crawling into the ball game, and everything was kind of going our way, and then the lights go out, and you're like, okay, you hope your team stays focused. So we just had to kind of take a step back. We couldn't control it and just let the lights come back on, and, found a way to get it done.
Can you tell us about the decision to pull Chris Williams out?
Yeah, and that was a tough one for me. I kind of went back and forth, but if you look at the split stats on the righty that was on the mound, righties were hitting 214 and lefties were hitting 333. And Jolly's been really good in the pinch hit role in that situation with a winning run sitting at second base. I just thought that it was the right time, to give him a shot right there, just with the matchup. I could have waited and used him in the 9-hole there, but I wanted to go ahead and give him a shot right there. I knew Campana would be fine defensively at first base. There was no issue there. But I just wanted to go ahead and give Jolly a shot right then and there and see what could happen. I kicked myself a little bit. Maybe I should have waited to the spot right after that, but I felt like right then and there we had the guy sitting there to win the game, and let's go with Jolly, who's really, our best pinch hitter off the bench.
You guys are like the cardiac cats, getting all the late wins. What's it going to take to get the team started a little bit earlier?
Well, I don't know. I wish I had that answer. If you look at us in the last 13 games, we've had a lot of tight ball games, but it's, when we score runs, we've struggled on the mound. When we've pitched well, we've struggled to score runs. We just hadn't really been able to put the two together, and I thought we threw the ball okay outside of too many free passes again. But, I think the positives is Alex Bostic, who has struggled some for us recently. He got into the ball game and threw very, very well. So hopefully we can get him going. And offensively, we can get Eli White going and get Weston Wilson going again. Weston with the huge walk-off hit, didn't even mention him. Those two guys have been struggling a little bit. If we can get those guys going offensively, now we've got some balance throughout the order again, and we could be a dangerous ball club.
Franchise player gets hit back-to-back at bats, doesn't get the free 90.
Yeah, I know.
Does that tempt you to get thrown out there? Or
well, to be honest with you, I give the umpire a lot of credit for what he told me in both cases, and he's right. By the rule, it is a point of emphasis for umpires this year that hitters have to make an attempt to move and get out of the way. Now, we teach our guys to sit there and wear it. So Seth was doing what he was supposed to do, but our guy, you do have to make an attempt. You have to at least turn your front shoulder in and let it hit you and make an attempt at least to move. And Seth, doing what we teach him to do, stay there and take your free pass. So I have to give the umpire credit in a very tough spot. He made that call, and by the letter of the law, he made the right call. So it was hard for me to really argue it, too much, even though the pitch was right in the middle of the batter's box and he had nowhere to go.
What does it say about your team that you keep having these kind of games, you come back and you win late?
Well, I think it, more than anything else, I think our guys, we just don't press. Even when we're not playing well, we don't press. And that's I mean, you look at how many games have we won where we, haven't really put it all together. But we didn't press, we didn't give in, we kept competing. Nobody's getting overly frustrated or down in the dumps in the dugout. We keep playing, and eventually what happens? A couple guys get on base, somebody hits one, we get a 2-out hit, and next thing you know, we're right back in the ball game, and that's the name of the game. My ball clubs are going to compete. At the end of the day, it's not always going to be pretty, but they're going to compete. They're going to understand that we got to do everything we can to get the tying and the winning run up to the plate. That's our goal when we're down, and our guys have done a good job of that this year, and that's a testament to them and how competitive they are and how much they want to win. And it's about what they do. So I'm just proud of them again for their efforts, and it's good to get a win at home going into this weekend. That's for sure.
How reassuring is it to have a guy as reliable as Pat Crawl come in? He retires his side in order in the 9th, and then a power outage. He goes out in the 10th, retires him in order again.
Pat Crawl is one of those guys that he's one of those guys that you don't appreciate until you sit back and you really look at what he's done. How many times has he bailed us out? How many times has he had big innings? I've been coaching for 17 years, and Pat Crawl, through this year has been the best reliever I've ever had. I've never had, and I've got guys I've coached guys that have pitched in the big leagues. I've never had anybody come into a ball game as consistent as Pat Crawl. I think he's the best reliever in the ACC, and he's one of the best relievers in the country. He is hands down a lights out guy when he comes in the game, and at some point in time he's going to give up some runs, but I believe in that kid. In any situation you put him in, you feel like he's going to get you out of it. Even with a 1-run lead, you feel good with Pat Crawl in the ball game, and you can't often say that when you go to the bullpen, but he's money.
What does it mean you get your freedom to win?
300 wins. It's always you just look back in the manner in which you want them. I think the thing that'll make 300 special is we had a come from behind win where the lights went out here at Clemson, and we found a way after the light delay, not even a lightning delay, a light delay. We found a way to win the ball game. So I think more than anything, you remember the moments, you remember the ball game and what happened in the game, and that's the part I'll remember with number 300 is just the way that the Tigers won.